When I have a kid, I'm not going to have nannies. That's for damn sure.
What does that mean? You're not going to have a babysitter when you have a kid? How are you going to do anything? What does that mean? You're trying to attack our parental abilities?
Let's just move on. There's no attack. I just made a comment.
There's something wrong with having a nanny?
In my eyes, yes.
Really?
We just keep doing the
What about daycare?
Daycare's different.
Why?
Nannies are like people who come here and take care of your child all day.
Because we're working. That's how everybody has nanny. They work. People work.
You can take care of kids and work. I never had a nanny. My parents, I never had a nanny.
And so you think we're bad parents? That's what you're insinuating?
I said I would never have a nanny. Did I say you had a bad parent? You're putting words in my mouth. I literally said I would never have a nanny if I had a kid.
Okay. Well, I think a lot of people have nannies. A lot of our employees have nannies. Because we both work, right? And so we have a nanny that Theodore really likes, and he spends the whole day with her. And then when she's done around 4:30, we take over and spend. Cool. I think that's pretty normal.
Good. Happy for you guys.
Why are you attacking our parental?
I'm not. I said
choices?
I would not have a nanny if it was me.
But
I'm not attacking your parental choices. You do whatever you want. I'm not attacking.
But why did you make that comment then?
I'm just saying. I heard a nanny upstairs, and I was like, oh, I want to have a nanny.
Why'd you say it?
Because I want to have a nanny. I heard a nanny upstairs. And I was
But clearly you're trying to say something about us.
No, I'm not at all. That's you.
Really? You just said it out of nowhere when you're mad at me?
You're projecting that.
No, I'm not. Why would I? How am I projecting?
Because you're like, oh, you're attacking us. I didn't attack you. I just said I want to have a nanny.
Do you think I'm a good dad?
It was a comment. I have no idea. I don't know. You seem fine. You seem good with him. I have no idea if you're a good dad. I can't say either way.
But I have a nanny.
Yeah.
That's a problem.
I don't think it's a problem. I would just, if I was lucky enough to have a kid, I would just spend my time with the kid and figure it out where we could, figure it out. Because my mom and dad did that. My mom was a single mom, and we still never had a nanny.
She didn't work when you were like 1.5?
She worked at night.
And nobody watched you?
My brother.
Oh, well, he doesn't have a brother or a sister. So should he just be by himself?
You have family, don't you? You can't be with his grandparents?
They're not here.
They
have a life.
I
wish.
They have a life.
I would let them come.
That's what family does. My grandma watched me.
Okay, so then this is the problem with my family.
Sure, put that out there if that's the narrative you want to say. Sure. Whatever you want me to say, I will. If you want me to say that,
I'm just trying to follow the thread because you're upset and
There's
you're trying
no
to.
Threat. I literally made a comment that if I'm lucky enough to have kids, because I can't fucking have kids, that I'll be with them all the fucking time and make sure I can spend as much as I can with them. And then
Don't you think it's healthy to be away from them sometimes?
Yeah, but they should be with another family member.
So they should never be with anyone that's not in their family.
I don't believe in that at all.
Seems extreme. Seems like not everybody has that luxury.
Sure.
So should I quit or should Hila quit?
It's not about quitting. It's about balancing your schedules, in my opinion. You could do whatever you want, but if it was me, it'd be called balancing your fucking work schedules, especially because you're both blessed to be able to work for yourselves. I would balance it.
So right now, Hila's at the job and I'm doing the podcast. So should I not do the podcast or Hila should not be at the...
I think both. I think you should get
I just wanted you to help with my schedule. So I'm not going to do the podcast. If you want
my help, I'll give you your help.
Yeah, I'm just trying to help.
For my help.
Yeah, I'm asking for your help scheduling my life around Theodore.
All right.
So I'm doing the podcast now. So Hila should be at home for sure. And then when I'm done with the podcast, she can go to the office and I'll be with Theodore.
Yeah, I think that's a great schedule.
Okay. And do you know what it's like being with a 1.5-year-old?
Of course not, because I don't have a parent.
Right.
It's a little insensitive because I'm infertile, and it's a really issue that I struggle with.
Well, I ask is because you realize that you can't do any work when you're with.
You're saying, do you have kids? Throwing it in my face that I don't. So.
No, that's not what I was doing.
It's exactly what you were doing because I don't have kids. So
no,
why would you ask
my point was that you're assuming that it's so easy for me to be with a 1.5-year-old, not knowing how insane and nonstop it is that I wouldn't be able to do anything else with the rest of the day when I have work to do. I have to work. I'm an adult. I have a job like most adults do. And what happens if you're two parents and you have to go
Where's your mom and dad don't want to watch Theodore? They don't want to have.
They're here on Sundays.
They can with him. I know my mom would be like, oh, let me my.
That's your mom,
right? So I'm just giving you my perspective. You asked for my help.
So you're criticizing my mom.
You said I gave you my perspective.
No, I want your perspective.
Okay, that's all I said.
Well, I do wish you guys have a kid, and I'm sure it'll be great. And I hope that you quit doing everything you do in life just to be with that kid 24/7.
Because I work for myself, and you know what? That's when you find someone.
And I hope Moses. I hope Moses quits every single thing he does to be with the kid every single moment when you are.
That's totally fine if he wants to. If he doesn't want to, whatever he wants to do.
Yeah, like everybody does with kids.
Yeah.
They quit everything they do.
When you have a kid, you should try and be with it as much as possible, not
Be with it.
strangers.
Abby's not a stranger.
She's not your family.
Dan's not. I mean, Dan's not family, but I trust him.
Okay.
The pizza's here.
Wow.
Should we keep doing beauty products?
Whatever you want.
All right, let's do it. What triggered you again? What were we talking about?
Hila being too good for me to talk about on this podcast. Don't even fucking mention her. And she's a fucking queen. Like, don't even fucking mention me on the podcast.
Right, that's
even
why.
though I'm a literal podcaster.
Right, that's why.
Cool. And you can talk about
Oil. You want to do the oil?
Sure.
The pizza's here, everybody. Woo! The pizza's here. We had a full meltdown while you were gone.
Expect another text from your sister. Oh, my God. I'm not coming back to the house. I'm not. Like.
No.
Moses said, what happened? You know, this is the literal meme where you walk in with the pizza and the room's on fire. This is the literal meme where you come back with the pizza. Oh, my God.
I just left to get pizza.
This is literally... She's really upset because she was saying how Hila doesn't like her.
Hila says, don't talk about me on the podcast. All I said was you should have the guest. He's like, we can't mention Hila. She doesn't want me to talk about, she's too good for a fucking podcast. Even though we were talked about, they never once consulted me at the beginning of spring. She has a fucking podcast. I brought life to the fucking H3 channel, but Hila's too fucking good to even mention her name. I said nothing bad. I said like, we should have her as a guest or whatever. Like that. Don't even mention Hila. She doesn't want to be talked about. Fucking.
Okay.
I literally don't care. Literally, I don't want to come back because I really fucking hate her.
So she always making comments about the family and how
I wasn't. That wasn't it. I said, Hila should be a guest on the podcast, and you're like, don't fucking mention Hila. She's the one we talked about. A fucking queen. You guys can talk about my shit all the time, but her, don't fucking mention her name. Dumb fucking bitch.
Okay.
I think we should just end it, honestly.
Yeah, I think so too.
She's such a fucking bitch.
She's not.
And you are too, and you're a fucking cuck.
You
have no fucking backbone.
All right, you should leave. We'll talk later. Yeah, you should get out.
I am going, but I'm not talking later. Fucking bitch, you too. I don't care. Fucking dump me. I couldn't care less. Your family's
It's not about dumping. I don't know what happened. You better just. Well, if just so you know what happened. She was talking about like how you're like my mom's. She says like your brother hates you and your mom's not. Like she says this stuff in passing and it really upsets Hila. Right. So she started saying this stuff and I said Hila asked that we don't talk about this stuff anymore. Right. So that's it. That's all that happened. What she says is what she thinks, not what I hear. No, I know. Okay, but I'm just telling you so you know the situation you're dealing with. All right. Well, everybody.
I've been waiting for this moment for a long time.
Well, hold on. Okay.
No.
I think we struck a nerve, and I think here's the best I can summarize this without her being here and being fair to her is that she always saying stuff about their family. It's more complicated, right? Because she's dating her brother. And when she says comments on the podcast like, you guys aren't even close, your brother doesn't even like you, your mom's not coming to the wedding and stuff, it caused real problems in her family. And most of all, it's not true, right? And so Hila gets frustrated and she says, can you please stop talking about the family and talking about me? I need like a break from this shit. And so she brings up Hila and I says, we can't talk about Hila. And that's kind of what happened. I think the problem is maybe that Trisha does think that Hila doesn't like her, which isn't true. But I do think that they probably need to work it out. Because Hila does like Trisha. She watched the last episode and she loved it and she thought it was great. And, you know, we both think Trisha's awesome. And I think they just need to talk. I think Trisha's right. Hila should have reached out and said something to tell her that she doesn't hate her. Because I think, you know, she doesn't feel comfortable coming to the home because there's like weird friction. Like they left last time and didn't say goodbye to Hila. And Hila's like, hey, what happened? But so I understand her emotions, you know, and I feel bad that she's feeling really bad. I do feel bad. you know, I understand, and I feel bad, and I'm gonna try to fix it, and I don't know what to say. But we didn't stick to the plan. I really want to stick to the plan this time, and we didn't do it. But the good news is we got pizza, a lot of it. The bad news is that Trisha's not feeling great right now. That was the worst I've seen her, probably, actually, even worse than the last time. I felt really bad for her. I just don't know how to help her when I see her doing that, so I don't know. But I shouldn't go on without her. Anyway.